Have you ever been excited to see a Pokemon get its own movie? Just to have that movie come out as a big disappointing mess? This movie had all the elements to create a good Pokemon movie, but somehow missed the mark completely. Like a fast and stylish hot rod wrecked on the side of the highway, you can't help to wonder what went wrong. Was it the driver? Did the brake line go out? Kiram could have made a good intimidating antagonist, and the story of Keldeo overcoming the odds to prove himself to the Swords of Justice could have made an intriguing plot. Well, my morbidly curious viewers, let's find out. The movie starts with Keldeo and Virizion training in the grass.
I listen to the voice of the grass.
Excellent.
The grass and I are friends now, Virizion.
What's that?
The grass and I are friends now, Virizion.
Right off the bat, you get the idea of what kind of movie you're watching from these first lines. We get scenes of Keldeo training with first Virizion and then Terrakion. It's clear from these training sequences that Keldeo is outclassed by the better trained Swords of Justice. Virizion and Terrakion can use Secret Sword, but Keldeo's sword is unable to activate when he needs it. We see Cobalion running through a storm with Keldeo behind him.
Cobalion, let's battle!
The storm is going to get worse.
Well, wait. If the storm is what Cobalion is worried about, then what is he doing just nonchalantly trotting through it? Look, Virizion and Terrakion don't seem concerned about the storm. They're just sitting there watching Cobalion spar with Keldeo. Were they just running to rescue a group of Pokemon? I guess not, since he battled Keldeo anyway. Or does he decide battling Keldeo just to get him to shut up is the best way to save those Pokemon hiding from the storm? Imagine a small Hoppip waiting for Cobalion to save it from the storm, only to be swept up in the atmosphere because Keldeo selfishly wanted to battle. It is in this scene that we first hear of Kiram.
When will you let me battle Kyurem?
We then see the Swords of Justice doing something by the river. No, really, what the heck are they doing here? Do they just aimlessly roam through the region? They discuss the fact that Keldeo can't use his sword, and how he isn't ready to face Kiram and become a Swords of Justice.
I heard everything you said!
Too bad they thought too loudly. That night, Keldeo sneaks off to face Kiram, and it takes until morning to get there. Why? Because the riders don't think about having the other Swords of Justice wake up and realize Keldeo is gone? Need a cough drop? Keldeo challenges Kiram to a battle to prove that he can be a Sword of Justice. This begs the question, what is Kiram's relationship to the Sword of Justice? Do they meet at the park? Does he just sit there and wait for new Swords of Justice recruits? Does he gain something from this arrangement? Did he even agree to be the Swords of Justice final trial? Or is it more like a scary old man whose property is trespassed for initiates being hazed? What does the Swords of Justice even do that requires them to take a test? All we see them do is stand around and battle one another. During the battle, Keldeo has his horn broken off. The Swords of Justice decide to intervene and help Keldeo. This should be an easy battle. 3 Pokemon who have trained for years and who have already defeated Kiram on one-on-one battles. Now fighting in a 3-against-1 fight? This should be a cakewalk. Oh, come on! Kiram easily incapacitates all of them with one move. Wait, have they defeated Kiram before? I mean, that's the stipulation for joining, right? Why else would Keldeo make such a big deal about fighting Kiram? And if they never defeated Kiram, how do they expect Keldeo to defeat him? Maybe I should stop asking questions every time a plot hole shows up. Plot hole? More like plot cavern. Keldeo escapes, and Kiram vows to finish their battle. You know what this movie needs? A boring, pointless scene with a generic pop song. And here it is! The scene that goes on for an eternity. I timed it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the sleep-inducing scene. And all we get in this scene is Pokemon making faces, playing tag, all cutesy-cutesy. A big tone shift. Do you remember what happened a few seconds ago? Then, Keldeo fighting for his life. Now, Ash falling over onto everybody. Whoa! Whoa! Slapstick humor! After that droning scene, Ash and Co. stand up with a stern look on their face. Finally, we can continue the plot. Even the narrator tells the audience that Ash is training to be a Pokemon Master. They're about to do something serious. Oh wait, they're just getting lunchboxes. Exciting. The train conductor exclaims that the train is about to depart, and we get some more slapstick. Whoa! Whoa! Slapstick humor! Oh no! So after that, we can continue with the plot. Oh, come on! Ash home alone Scraggy, and now they have to waste time trying to rescue him. So they rescue him, and... oh, I see. They forgot him so they could have an excuse to find Keldeo on top of the train. The writers sacrifice Ash's character just to make it easier to have an excuse for him to be there to find Keldeo. And here is something that stands out in the Black and White series that I need to address. The characters are flat. Flatter than a Stunfisk. Even flatter than that Gumshoes who takes a pulverizing pancake from Snorlax. Looking to the characters of the X and Y anime, these characters don't stand a chance. X and Y has its characters growing and learning. The characters from Black and White are stagnant. Serena has her own goals that she pursues. She starts the series shy and timid and becomes to be more comfortable as she travels with Ash. Iris wants to be a Dragon Master, but the series don't really show her pursuing that goal. Clement and Bonnie also grow in their adventures. Sure, they have running jokes, but that doesn't overshadow their character. But Silent, oh Silent, he gets the shaft in the character development. His running joke is his character. He exists only for food-related puns. So Ash wakes up Keldeo and receives a kick that nearly knocks him off the train. Which doesn't matter, because he's so easily pulled back up, you don't even see it happening. So this potentially high-stakes scene is just wasted filler. If I were to edit it out, it wouldn't change anything.
Be hurt!
The filler just wastes time that could be devoted to moving the plot along.
It's coming. Kyurem's coming.
Did it talk?
Wait, why is Ash surprised by a talking Pokemon? I mean, he knows Team Rocket's Meowth, and he has met many talking Pokemon. And I always assume that a Pokemon that speaks without moving its mouth is actually using telepathic communications. It's been explained as that in past movies. Well, why change it now? Kiram lands on the train and attacks Keldeo. Where is everybody? Not them, but these people. Weren't there a bunch of people on this train? This is where a big reoccurring problem of this movie first arises, which makes the world it creates feel claustrophobic. We don't see anyone else during Kiram's attacks, and as the movie goes on, it will become more apparent. Our heroes are spared by a conveniently placed tunnel. Iris has a flashback to the Dragon Elder telling her about Kiram. They get to the center to heal Keldeo.
Kyurem battled with Keldeo.
Wait. How does Nurse Joy know all this? Did the writers tell her this? And how did they get those videos of the Swords of Justice running through the grass? Did they bring a camera and record them keeping up with every step? The scene also makes Iris' flashback redundant, so we could take that out for the sake of the plot. So after that info dump, Keldeo's fine and walking and tells them what happened. And this makes Nurse Joy's scene redundant. So within a few minutes, the same information is repeated. The flashback scene and Nurse Joy's scene could have been removed. Keldeo's scene should have been the only one that revealed information, considering he directly relates to the plot. So now that Ash and Co. know of Keldeo's plight, it's time to go and free the Swords of Justice. But not before some more filler! They sit and eat the lunches they got earlier. Got to pad out the runtime somehow. In this scene, let's remember, the Swords of Justice are frozen in ice. Also notice how the weaker parts of the character shine through this scene. Ash and Keldeo choke on food with their rash impulsiveness. Iris berates both of them, and everyone ignores Silent as he goes on with his only character trait.
See that burn? I give 5 stars.
Luckily, Kiram returns to get the plot moving again, and Elsa's the city. Iris has another flashback.
This is white Kyurem. And this is black Kyurem.
They look strong.
Wait a second, did you notice that?
They look strong.
She said that without moving her lips. Kiram attacks with his team of Kyurem. Remember how I said this movie feels claustrophobic? Here, Ash and Co. are being attacked by a large dragon that freezes everything and has a jet engine as a tail, or a generator in its other form. This giant dragon is flying through the city, flying by buildings that have their lights on, landing on the tallest tower with spotlights, and no one notices. No one even hears it. How is the Unova news not all over this story? Our heroes try to escape, and they get separated. How? Because Ash is stupid for plot convenience. Seriously, how did Ash, who was right behind Iris, not notice that they went down the stairs? But Iris notices that Ash went the wrong direction? So Ash, Pikachu, and Keldeo find themselves surrounded. Keldeo uses his water hose hooves to fly around the city. They land and continue running in. Wait, how does Silent and Iris run so fast? Do those stairs lead to a shortcut like the board game Clue? Keldeo jumps onto the ice for some reason, and Ash skates over to the rescue. Hey Pikachu, were you aiming for Keldeo? Keldeo hits the Kyurem with an Aura Sphere, and this time they let Ash and Co. go. I guess the first few hits didn't convince them to leave, but that one did. Thank goodness, because that sequence was getting old. Even the music was having a hard time keeping the mood. When you watch it, I want you to really pay attention to the music of that part.
Do you hear something that sounds like a jet engine? And the tail of a dragon?